I'm Richard Lagina. Tonight, on Wraparound, we will be examining comedy, its origins and its genesis. Where does it come from, this thing known as funny? Is it to be found deep within the human psyche? Or, as one expert contends, deep within the Earth's smoldering mantle? Tonight on Wraparound, we welcome expert Sir Dr. George Flightus, the preeminent authority in the archaeology of comedy, as well as the world's leading specialist in geohumorous tectonics, whose recent discovery may lead to an answer of where does comedy come from?
Dear sweet baby Jesus up in heaven, I know Mommy and Daddy wouldn't argue so much if I just had bigger boobs.
This Christmas, all will be revealed. It's the delightful holiday classic, New Boobs for Stephanie. Shh.
That was late period ass. Well, seeing that sample remnant of the after-school special, I can see why extinction was just around the corner.
Yes, vast herds of ass used to roam the open airwaves. Alas, underwatched, almost to extinction. Now, unfortunately, the after-school special usually refers to a live act, illegal in most states. They say.
Is it true that this sample could reveal the very mystery of what makes funny? Or could you explain this core sample, which you call McFwap, Doctor?
Well, I don't like to call it McFwap, Doctor. I prefer to just call it McFwap, because otherwise it gets very confusing. Someone comes in McFwap, Doctor, and they're referring to a cylinder, and I go, what? You know, so how this whole sample came out was a subject of some debate. Imagine, if you will, a globe with a series of giant plates named Brian, each one representing a particular cultural style, say the ribald coarse humor of the North American continent, or the more dry or absurd sense of humor of the British Isles.
Now, Britain is its own plate, whereas the North American plate represents a whole continent. Why is that?
Ego. In the world of comedy, these meta-boundaries can cross cultures, or like a chicken to a street. But why? Why would these humors cross the metaphorical street?
To get to the other side?
Extraordinary. Other side. I'll write that down. In the area where these two plates collide, there's great friction, producing remarkably hot comedy. And what, like most things we enjoy, well, we like them hot. Potatoes, comedy, sex, I'm told. For example, the Marianas Trench, spelled Marianus. There it is. Yes, but pronounced Marianas for the ratings. This collision produces some very shit-hot comedy. This McFwap comedy is a fusion of these two styles, making it unique and rather volatile. That's my hypothesis, I'm told, for how this McFwap sample came about.
Well, Doctor, that's ridiculous.
Precisely. You see, comedy is about the ridiculous, you know. The very core of comedy is in its whimsical buffoonery. How are you? How are you? You see, shenaniganism is the triumphant explosion of tension, released, becoming physical agitation related to laughter.
Well, sometimes I think overanalyzing humor can ruin the whole thing.
I've made a career of it. Funny.
And now in comedy, there is the setup and then the reveal.
Exactly. Yes. And you can't have the reveal without the setup. It's rather like a stripper. There's a tension that builds, leading to the reveal. To illustrate, here's one of my favorite clips of a partially dressed, beautiful woman slinging off her naughty articles of clothing whilst rhythmically thrusting herself on a pole. Her delivering these lines, the funniest lines we found in the English language. Have a look.
interrupt this comedy program for a live press conference from the network.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, please. The joke is promised for the show is due in on an inbound flight. It will be arriving shortly. If you could all just please stand by, I'd be happy to answer any questions at this time. Yes?
Yes, Ron Spotty, Channel 8. What type of joke is it, sir?
It's a very complex joke, but one that certainly bears telling.
Mr. Henderson, Mira Montez, Irish Gazette, is the joke funny?
Is the joke funny? I'm afraid I can't answer that, as jokes rely on the element of surprise.
Mr. Henderson, will the Palestinian Peace Initiative hold?
If you could confine your questions to those regarding levity, I'd be happy to answer them at this time. In the back?
Knock, knock!
Once again, questions only relating to a joke.
How soon will the joke be making a statement, sir?
The joke will be making a statement as to the absurdity of the human condition using wordplay, punning, and hopefully some bad language. It will be right out as soon as the appropriate protocols have been satisfied.
What's the delay, sir, with the joke? Timing is everything, sir. Timing
Ladies
is
and
everything.
gentlemen, please. I have just been informed the joke is passing through our quarantine area. It is an ethnic joke. However, one of our people has apparently made friends with it.
Like an entreaty, sir.
More a sort of earnest petition.
That's an entreaty.
Print what you like.
How well do you think the joke will go over in this country?
We are currently reworking the noun-verb syntax. However, I have been assured that it shall be mirthful. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to introduce the joke.
They're bringing out the joke now. Here is the joke.
Two peanuts were walking down the road.
Hey, now, is this part of the joke, sir?
We need the punchline!
Peanut. Peanut.
Ah.
I'm Richard Lagina. Tonight, on Wraparound, we will be examining comedy, its origins and its genesis. Where does it come from, this thing known as funny? Is it to be found deep within the human psyche? Or, as one expert contends, deep within the Earth's smoldering mantle? Tonight on Wraparound, we welcome expert Sir Dr. George Flightus, the preeminent authority in the archaeology of comedy, as well as the world's leading specialist in geohumorous tectonics, whose recent discovery may lead to an answer of where does comedy come from?
Two peanuts were walking down the road.
Hey, now, is this part of the joke, sir?
We need the punchline!
Peanut. Peanut.
Ah. In case you've just tuned in, an assassination attempt was made on an inbound joke. Just getting a piece of this. The joke is dead. Dead on arrival at 8:17 Eastern Standard Time at Bethesda Naval Hospital. Apparently a fatal gunshot wound to the setup. Doctors worked for several hours and were only able to muster a small grin. The joke is dead. It shall be missed. We were able to piece together portions of the joke. It reads as follows. Thank you. Two peanuts were walking down the road. I just need a moment of quiet reflection. Two peanuts were walking down the road. One was assaulted. Peanut. One was assaulted. Peanut. The irony here The irony here is obvious. The joke is dead. It shall be missed. Courage.
Peace.
Peace, obvious. Now this.
It's a shame, really, that the joke wasn't available in the McFwap sample. The abrupt assassination of the joke before it could be announced might be part of the reason the show, the McFwap show, became extinct. You need a first joke to really get comedy going, you know.
Now, is there any evidence of a first joke?
Who's there? That was the first joke.
Ah, yes, the Phoenicians were the first seafaring jokesters.
It was the Egyptians, however, the pharaoh Knock-Knock-and-Comin, who completed the joke with a reply. For example, this hieroglyph here reads, knock knock, you reply.
Oh, who's there?
Ivor.
Ivor who?
Ivor Biggin.
I'm Richard Lagina. Tonight, on Wraparound, we will be examining comedy, its origins and its genesis. Where does it come from, this thing known as funny? Is it to be found deep within the human psyche? Or, as one expert contends, deep within the Earth's smoldering mantle? Tonight on Wraparound, we welcome expert Sir Dr. George Flightus, the preeminent authority in the archaeology of comedy, as well as the world's leading specialist in geohumorous tectonics, whose recent discovery may lead to an answer of where does comedy come from?
Listen, I have a very important business meeting today. Do you know a place I can get my balls shaved?
Augusto's house of ball shaving. I shavedy balls. Many years of ball shaving. I have it special. I shave one ball. You like? Come back. I shave the other. Or if you have only one ball now, you get mono ball special. Or have two with mono ball special. I shave one, but not going to touch the other. My promise. Why you want to shave the balls? I don't need to tell you. Always 100% confidential. Very confidential. Just ask Scott Williams of 417 3rd Street, Portland, Oregon, 71280. Email scottysmoothie@aol.com. He tell you, Augusto never tell. He say always, Augusto, if I have any hairy balls, then you are going to shave them.
Oh, yes, both of them. I'm having pictures taken today.
Ah, how nice for you. For all kinds, I shave the balls. I shave the balls of Donald Cornelius.
Augusto, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Would you shave my ass?
100 times I tell you no! Will I shave your ass? Go! Get out of here! I show you ass shaving! Go! Go comb your ass with a rake is what I'm telling you! Only shave the balls. I tell her like I tell you.
What about...
No! Even if it looked like you got squirrel or something else down there, I can't even find them. I shaved them. I shaved them good. I use little ball warmers to get them out. Then I take the warmers off, and they're ready for the cutting off of the hair.
And I think you'll find that this clause here...
I'm not gonna sign this contract until you shave those balls.
There's a lot of balls in the world. Somebody got to shave them.
Augusto's House of Ball Shaving. Downtown 8th Street exit, next to Rufus McGonagall's House of Seared Meats.
That was an actual advert. They were all the rage. I have it on authority. Ronald!
Yeah?
Yep. Do be more careful when you're sifting through the comedy. Yeah, we had a real advert in there. We don't want that to happen. We don't want to have what happened at the with the big fuzzy bunny in the Easter Island exhibit.
All right.
All right, good, good. Keep at it. Clowns, they're cheap, but they drink. As the great Scottish poet Ian McTeague said,
A tilt of the wrist in the hands of a clown. 'Twill rock your world and knock you down. Don't try to fill those large floppy shoes, 'cause you're all a bunch of great big boobs. Ah! Ah! Oh, that hurt. Oh, God.
Yes. I'm Richard Lagina. Tonight, on Wraparound, we will be examining comedy, its origins and its genesis. Where does it come from, this thing known as funny? Is it to be found deep within the human psyche? Or, as one expert contends, deep within the Earth's smoldering mantle? Tonight on Wraparound, we welcome expert Sir Dr. George Flightus, the preeminent authority in the archaeology of comedy, as well as the world's leading specialist in geohumorous tectonics, whose recent discovery may lead to an answer of where does comedy come from?
And now, this public service announcement.
Hello. I'd like to talk to you about a very serious problem. Indecisiveness. Indecisiveness affects us all. It is an undesirable trait that prevents us from reaching our goals and accomplishing things effectively. At least, we think so. I mean, let's face it. That is if we have to. Indecisiveness is pervasive at all levels of society. Allow me to illustrate for you the percentage of the population which is indecisive. Let's take a look at a chart. Or maybe not. No. I think we'll go back and get that chart later. If we need it, I mean if it isn't clear. Although, I think we're doing pretty well so far. Now, we asked people in an informal poll whether they were indecisive, and I believe the results were just about 3% said, yes, I am definitely indecisive. No, probably not indecisive, at 1 or 2%, hovering around there. And nearly 96% called in to say, I don't know. Got the chart backstage. Maybe I should get that. Yes. No, actually, yes, no, wait, I'll have someone bring it out to me. There's not a lot of time on these public service announcements, usually a minute, sometimes 2, thereabouts. Hello. Oh, hello? 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 Yeah, I am on right now. Listen, could you bring out the chart on indecisiveness? Yeah, the smaller one. No? Well, I thought we decided on... All right, well, bring out the larger one with the multimedia graphics. It's all blue and purple, isn't it? No? Well, all right. Well, hurry. Oh, on second thought, would that be useful to have a chart on? Well, it should be there. Do I need it? Just bring it. And come down here, quickly. Hell. Dial tone. To sum up, in little ways. Anyway, indecisiveness can be cured. No, controlled. Cured, actually, through behavior modification at our research facility. We are supported by your donations, so I hope you'll make up your mind to fight to stop the swelling tide of indecisiveness by sending in your donation today. For more information, write to us. I better still call us at 1-800-WISHY-WASHY. That's 1-800-WISHY-WASHY. Thank you for your time, and good night. No! It's too many letters for the number. I thought they said wishy-washy for the number. Well, try that and see what happens. Thank you. Good night. No, one more thing. No, that was my last point. I hope you'll write to us at the address I gave you and make a donation. Thank you for your time. Good night. I did mention the address, didn't I?
Now, should we say something about wordplay and verbal comedy here, or should we not? No, you know what? Never mind. Doctor. Oh, Sir Doctor. Well, just Doctor. How did you come to extract this core sample of comedy?
Well, it was with the help of the U.S. Geological Comedy Survey and the Royal Bengal British Kilt Drillers.
And through their efforts, you were able to extract this so that we are able to examine this special type of comedy?
Special, yes, in the way that the Olympics can be special.
What?
I'm Richard Lagina. Tonight, on Wraparound, we will be examining comedy, its origins and its genesis. Where does it come from, this thing known as funny? Is it to be found deep within the human psyche? Or, as one expert contends, deep within the Earth's smoldering mantle? Tonight on Wraparound, we welcome expert Sir Dr. George Flightus, the preeminent authority in the archaeology of comedy, as well as the world's leading specialist in geohumorous tectonics, whose recent discovery may lead to an answer of where does comedy come from?
The AB Nosegay Players are attempting to break the land speed record for the live performance of the dramatic play Death of a Salesman. They've chosen the relatively open flat surface of the Monsanto Theater test facility in Arizona for this attempt. Surprisingly, it is the third time that this dramatic play has been attempted and the second time that this group, the AB Nosegay Players, has gone for the land speed record. The first time being, of course, in Munich, 8 years ago, with the 4-minute, 17-second performance of a pantomime version of the allegorical poetic drama Faust. In that attempt, they came just a hair's breadth away from smashing that long-standing record held by the legendary German theater company Der Bundesblitzkrieg in their performance of Verräten Sie mal Ihren dicken Heinzen. Loosely translated, move your fat ass. Well, it appears the AB Nosegay Players have a very real shot at the land speed record. Let's watch this land speed performance of Death of a Salesman.
Ready, set, curtain!
Oh, how I fervently believe in the American dream. I'm 60 years old, a beaten and discouraged salesman, nothing to show for my work. Happy, Biff?
Hello, Father.
Hello, Dad.
I've been reminiscing on happier times when your growing strength and athletic accomplishments are a source of pride to me. Allow me to speak my mind aloud.
Yes, Father, tell us how you feel.
Yes, reflect upon my listless vagabond ways.
I am. Remember Bernard?
The son of your friend?
Yes, Bernard can be the best marks in school, but when he gets into the business world, you'll be 5 times ahead of him. Thank God you're like Adonis's. Because in the business world, you must be liked, and you'll never want.
Yet unaccountably, your philosophy's not worked for either you or me.
I never told my son anything but decent things I do not understand.
Father, do not argue with me about my latest scheme to own a ranch somewhere in the West.
Your dreams are unacceptable.
Hello, Mother.
Yes, Biff?
I am going to see Bill Oliver to borrow money to go into business.
Good night, boys. Willie, it's late. Let's go to bed.
God almighty, he is off to a good start.
Out of this brief obligatory suggestion of the passage of time, let's take a look at how the AB Nosegay players are doing. Our performers are looking very strong at 1 minute 17 seconds, well ahead of the West Coast Repertory Theatre Company's 4 minute 19 second run of Death of a Salesman in 1984. That performance, of course, hampered by Keanu Reeves with 47 interjections of compounded by the awkward clown costumes. However, Willie Loman, as played by Hans Abumehe, the Eastern European title holder in histrionics and Oslo Last Winter's in very fine form this evening. Obviously, vocal training really paying off for him, getting some fast assists from Wilson Plum and Diane von Strupp, the understudy for the role of Linda, and the hooker, and that last-minute replacement due to yet another bout of explosive diarrhea. Well, it looks like they have a very real shot at the land speed record. Let's rejoin the action the next day.
What a beautiful morning. Happy has gone to his job. Biff to speak to Bill Oliver.
Yes, sir, it is. Are you going to go to your boss in New York City and tell him to take you off the road because life is too short to be away from home?
Yes, our future pros will be happy.
I feel it changing!
Ah, here we are at Frank's Chop House. I stole Bill Oliver's pen while waiting for him to meet me and discovered something deep and previously hidden about myself.
You must tell Dad.
Father, I must tell you of my newfound understanding of myself. Wait, you are not my mother.
I have been fired.
Ah!
Come on, Biff! I picked up 2 girls!
Hey, Biff! I'm worried about your father. He's been pottering around in the backyard and talking to his brother Ben, who's been dead for 8 months.
Mother, I am leaving and I am not coming back. I will say goodbye to my father now.
Then hang yourself for spite! Hang yourself!
No, I suddenly saw the light, the things I love. Why be something I don't want to be? I don't want to work in an office. Why should I do that? I know who I am!
But the world is open to you!
We are a dime a dozen. I am not bringing home any trophies. Stop waiting for me, too!
The Pinteresque pause! A very daring choice this late in the program. Thank you.
I am deeply moved.
That boy's going to be magnificent. Ah, Ben, remember the past. You were so successful in land developer.
Willie, it's late! Come to bed!
Can you imagine that magnificent Biff with $20,000 in his pocket?
I found this piece of rubber tubing. I fear for Father's life!
Willie's life insurance policy! And scene.
They've done it! They've done it! Yes! 2 minutes 17 seconds in land speed performance! Let's give these poor bastards a hand! Look at them, the crabs on their face! They've done it! Yes! That's drama! Well, join us next week for the first all-luge performance of The Miracle Worker. Now this.
Yes. Yes, comedy is a science, but art is not a competition.
Well, you certainly said it quicker than they did.
Now, why is it called McFwap?
What?
This core thingy.
Are you asking me out?
No.
Is this mic on?
Of course, it has been.
Oh my God.
I'm Richard Lagina. Tonight, on Wraparound, we will be examining comedy.
Well, some have speculated that it might be the sound of the Scottish slapstick McFwap in Gaelic, although they didn't spit as much as I did now. Relatively disease-free, no need to have that eye checked. I'd have people believe that it came from the clan McFwap, who in ancient times would have a celebratory dance.
Scotland!
We definitely don't need that in there. Good heavens. And before the McFwaps would kill everyone, they'd tell a joke. Still others think McFwap was thus named in ancient times because, well, it would one day be easily searchable, say on the internet.
Really?
Oh yes! Yes, they tried Hot Funny Babes, found it was already taken in 1368. And it was predicted to be taken almost 2 centuries later in 1539 by Nostradamus in his haiku, "The Funny to Come." That's how he said it.
A hot mirth, mama, makes the laughter seem to come. Before I did, too.
God. Well, we cut there, obviously, because Nostradamus was about to make his cum dumplings in his magic seeing pot. Again.
Oh dear.
Yes, it's a rather disturbing image, rather like seeing your grandmother, spread eagle, tapping out a Morse code of ecstasy on her worn and graying nubbin. Yes, best thing you can do, take your mind off the grandma's splayed and wrinkled honey pot, is some good clean fun. Like this, there's a sort of malicious ingenuity, a subtle eroticism to this work. Take a look.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Late Night Chat. I'm your host, Pete Stoma, the smartest guy on TV. Do you know, when my staff and I began researching tonight's episode on unusual sexual fetishes, we pretty much assumed we'd seen it all. You may remember last July's segment on rubber, leather, and howdy-doody memorabilia. And who can forget the 45-year-old housewife from Racine, Wisconsin, who could only achieve climax by duct taping a large alley cat to her butt and jumping naked into a cold shower. Well, tonight's guest just goes to show that the Patent Office of Kink shouldn't be closed just yet. Good evening, Gertrude, and welcome to Late Night Chat.
Thank you, Pete. I think you're the smartest guy on TV.
Well, thank you.
And you're very sexy, too.
Okay, why don't you introduce us to your friend?
Oh, okay. This is my boyfriend, Ramon.
And for the benefit of those members of our audience who haven't guessed tonight's topic, why don't you let us in on Ramon's little secret?
Oh, okay. Ramon died about 6 months ago in a horrible traffic accident, and then I brought him back to hellish life through a combination of satanic ritual and high technology.
So your fetish is...
necrophilia.
That's right, folks. Gertrude enjoys sex with the dead.
Well, not just any dead.
Now, what's the difference? Dead is dead, isn't it?
No, Pete, not at all.
Really?
No, you see, the subject has to have died in some sort of horrible and violent manner, thereby ensuring that the soul will wander the earth, sort of dazed and confused, long enough to perform the sanctum sinistrum.
The what?
It's an ancient ritual of unspeakable evil.
I see.
Yes, first you place the naked body on a wooden floor, making sure that none of the nails that hold down the wooden planks contain iron.
Now, why no iron?
Oh, boy, Pete. Iron makes demons really cranky. I tell you, the minions of hell are tough enough to deal with on an ordinary soul's midnight. But you get them around iron, and you're just asking for it.
So what then?
Then you tattoo the body with the symbols from the Necronomicon. Now, I prefer the New English Standard Version. It's easier to read for content. Then you just place the head to the south, the feet to the north, the arms to the east and the west, and you read the Sanctum Sinistrum from the 3rd book of Hecate.
And that's it?
Yeah, pretty much. Of course, the reanimated corpse usually spends the first hour or so screaming at the top of its lungs and trying to eat your brains. But after that, things kind of calm down. You can get down to business, so to speak.
You mean sex?
No, Pete, not yet. First, you need to install the neural interface at the base of the cerebellum. Now, this uses the Pentium 666 microprocessor. You'll find the plans for the interface and the remote in the October 1994 issue of Necromancy and Computing.
So you've installed the hardware, you've performed the evil ritual, then what?
Well, then you just put the pedal to the metal and you get ready to rock.
You know, Gertrude, I don't believe we've heard how the two of you met.
Oh, we met at a funeral.
Really, friend or family?
Ramon! Funerals are a great place to cruise for cute boys.
Only in this case, the cute boys were in the boxes, not in the pews.
You're so funny, Pete. Isn't he funny, Ramon?
Well, Well, that's about all we have time for. I'd like to thank Gertrude and Ramon for sharing their unusual, fascinating, and twisted relationship with all of us here on Late Night Chat. Until next time, I'm your host, Pete Stoma, saying good night.
Go! Put him in the special pants!
Of course, violence and comedy have been linked for a long time.
Comedy makes the violence inherent in living more palatable.
Well, how so?
Let's have a look at history.
Bleeding?
Not that history. Good Lord. Thank goodness.
Oh.
Now, of course, Hitler was also predicted in 1540 by Nostradamus as well.
I'm coming, just coming, just...
I'm Richard Lagina. Tonight, on Wraparound, we will be examining comedy, its origins and its genesis. Where does it come from, this thing known as funny? Is it to be found deep within the human psyche? Or, as one expert contends, deep within the Earth's smoldering mantle? Tonight on Wraparound, we welcome expert Sir Dr. George Flightus, the preeminent authority in the archaeology of comedy, as well as the world's leading specialist in geohumorous tectonics, whose recent discovery may lead to an answer of where does comedy come from?
Just some 30 to 60,000 years old. How did you come to discover these?
Well, it was actually, oddly enough, a picnic with my ex-wife. She left me here for dead. And after 3 days, I realized it was open at both ends. The light was pouring in, and I stumbled out, and I looked up, and I saw these drawings. Oh. You see, like this one. This is the most remarkable one.
Fascinating.
Here, we see the most exciting thing in this cave art. We find that a wounded bison is attacking a hapless villager, ripping him apart, as you can see, tearing him limb from limb. How do we know that's funny? Why would something so grisly be funny? Well, we know because of these highly detailed, extraordinary drawings of these men pointing sort of at him and laughing in a circle, observing the behavior. Now, is it crude? Yes. Barbaric? Yes. Funny? Most definitely. Except to that one. That one it's not very funny too. But comedy is tragedy plus time.
You drew those chaps in there laughing and pointing, didn't you?
Yes.
Ah. Well, perhaps sullying this priceless cave drawing has illustrated an important point. To these primitive people, savaging a hapless villager was a form of entertainment. Perhaps anything can be entertaining depending on how it's presented.
Yes, or who endorses it as art. Like I said, this is cave art. Who knows? It might not have been. For all we know, it could have been like a stop sign to them. We found an example of this in the McFwap Corps for something called a promo for a live show. It was about 90 minutes long, called Performance Art. Let's take a look. All right. In time, that'll be funny too.
Extended for 6 more weeks. Straight from the Smithsonian Institute. Presenting Derek Howard's World O' Hats! A one-man exaltation of the Chapeau! Derek Howard's whirlwind historical extravaganza, and once a touching, sometimes oddly moving one-man show. Each hat is given its due as an important moment in history. Here's how one reviewer put it.
Now, this reviewer must confess that he's never been a fan of hat theater. Case in point, Rupert Fromage's ill-advised foray into the world of theatrical haberdashery. Fez! Exclamation point, the musical. But upon Derek Howard's masterful brow, the world o' hats is transformed into the realm o' magic. When he starts a-changin', I start a-weepin'. It's the Hat-stacular stage event of the season.
Derek Howard's World O' Hats! Hats, now and forever.
Hello, I'm Prentice Voltaire.
And so am I.
Here now the news. Our top story.
Now, here is the news.
Now, Richard, it's interesting to note the layers of comic strata you'll find in this McFwap core sample. The oldest form of comedy, of course, is the pun. Just down there, that's the pun area. Also, just above that, we have the rind of banana era and the pie of cream era, both sort of married together. There was a lot of cataclysm in this area. It was very simple comedy, very violent, but often funny. Now, from these Harlequin-esque sort of fragments and the telltale smell of sulfur and Brussels sprouts, actually the Brussels sprouts are me. I hope that's all right. You'll tell this is the Commedia dell'arte area. See this pocket of air right here? This clear area in here indicates Commedia dell'arte, which actually separated the area. They just wanted to get away from it, and who can blame them at this point? Now, you will see here, in this great divide, Carlos, you may want to fix this when I'm done with it. You'll see the black and white era right here. You see where this sort of area is? That area? Wow, this is the black and white era. Now it's divided into two distinct periods. You'll see a gray slate area with keystone in it. There's also the silent period, or the Emmett Kelly period, if you will. Notice the keystoning also has the Keystone Cop area in here. Now, a fossilized mustache, can you see that? A fossilized mustache was found in the Chaplin-esque era, which is right there. Well, they did do some silent era comedy, but there's always an element of sound to it. For example, let's take a look at this.
I'm Richard Lagina. Tonight, on Wraparound, we will be examining comedy, its origins and its genesis. Where does it come from, this thing known as funny? Is it to be found deep within the human psyche? Or, as one expert contends, deep within the Earth's smoldering mantle? Tonight on Wraparound, we welcome expert Sir Dr. George Flightus, the preeminent authority in the archaeology of comedy, as well as the world's leading specialist in geohumorous tectonics, whose recent discovery may lead to an answer of where does comedy come from?
Then, of course, there was the talkie periods, where McFwap did most of their work, you see. They did most of their work in this talking area with the chattering teeth. That was the first indication of sound coming into being. It was during the black and white era and continued into the Technicolor area and beyond. Interestingly, didn't know if you knew this, but if you went and saw Abbott and Costello, or indeed anyone live, they were in black and white until about 1947. Really? Yes. Now, occasionally new forms of light entertainment would evolve. You see, it would spread like a plague. Initially, wanting to entertain, seemingly innocent, but like a plague of locusts. Like a plague of locusts, Richard, they descend, devouring everything in their wake, leaving nothing behind, not even your senses. Recently, it's been the reality show, and of course, back in the 1950s, it was the game show. You see, this game show period. Now, here in the core sample from McFwap, we see one of the earliest game shows. I want you to take a look at it.
From New York, let's see the What's My Line.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chubby Buntliner. You know the rules. Let's meet our contestants. First up, we have Mr. Winston Legthigh. Hello. Winston Legthigh is a fireman joining us from North Point, Wisconsin. Must get pretty cold up there in the winter, huh, Winston? What? Okay, next up we have Miss Christy Gallen. Christy, what do you do for enjoyment?
Well, some of my interests include the collected works of Lucas Boogers, hand jobs, and Christianity.
Now, hang on a second there, Christy. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. Did you say Lucas Boogers?
That's right, Chubby. Lucas Boogers was an 18th century German surgeon and author. You scared me there for a minute. I thought you were going to ask me about...
All right, let's go to Dr. Henry Sharp, an astrophysicist from Baltimore, Maryland. Welcome to the show, Dr. Sharp. Hello, Chubby. Now, Dr. Sharp, what does an astrophysicist do in his off hours?
Well, Chubby, I enjoy spending time with my family, of course. I collect 18th century Rococo artwork, and I'm currently deeply involved in the rhythmic techno dance movement. In particular, Paul Oakenfold, Tricky, and the Propeller Heads.
Now, that surprises me, Doctor. I wouldn't have guessed you were involved in dance music.
Well, Chubby, not only will I frequently groove well into the night in some of the sweaty underground clubs in and around the Baltimore area, but I'm also excited to say that I've recently discovered the wild and wacky world of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay, we've met our panel. It's time to meet our mystery guest. Enter and sign in, please. Now, as is the custom on our show, we'll give each of our panel members one free guess as to our mystery guest's vocation. Winston, we'll start with you.
Does your job involve a fire engine or hook and ladder?
No, sir, it does not.
Okay, Christy.
Okay. Are you involved in an industry of some kind?
No, ma'am, I am not.
Safe to say. Dr. Sharp.
Does your occupation involve sucking the marrow out of sacrificial victims?
Yes, it does.
Okay, it's now time to reveal to our audience our mystery guest.
Today's mystery guest is Chupacabra, the goat-killing creature of South American folklore.
Okay, Winston, start us off with your first question.
Huh? Does your job involve a pressure or fire hose?
No, it does not, sir.
Okay, Christy.
Do you have to wear a name tag to work?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Actually, there was the one time with the two
with the
people,
thing,
that we met at the
inflatable.
Guadalupe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have once.
Okay, yes answer was given, Christy. That means that you get to ask another question.
Have you ever been paid, sir, to wash balls? Say, at a bowling alley or a bathhouse?
Oh, been paid?
Yes.
No, I've never been paid to wash balls. Never paid.
Okay, Dr. Sharp.
Volunteer, sure.
Does your appearance bring great sorrow or misfortune?
Yes, it does, sir.
Certainly makes me think that a magician profession might be possible based on that answer, Chubby. Let's see. Do you work with others?
For a time, yes, I work with others.
Are you involved in the making of an item that I might use on myself in the home?
Oh, no, hope to say no.
Okay, well, back over to Winston.
Does your place of work have a sliding Pole or Dalmatian.
No. No, it doesn't.
Pay careful attention to that no answer, Winston. That might be important. Let's go to Christy.
Your voice is so familiar.
Yes.
Might I have seen you on a show?
Including this one? Yes.
So you are on this show
Yes.
right now?
Yes.
Do you work in the arts?
Quick consult on this.
What about the black arts?
No, she did
Because
specifically say the arts in
burn
general. And that would
sacrificial.
indicate
Okay, all right. Yeah. Oh, okay. No, ma'am. I do not work in the area of the arts.
Sorry, Christy, no answer. Dr. Sharp, we're running out of time, so this will be our last round. Please start us off with your question.
Is what you do considered ruthless or morally reprehensible?
Yes, it is.
I'd like to take a guess, Chubby, if I may.
Okay, Dr. Henry Sharp, what's his line?
Are you a criminal defense lawyer, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Sharp, an excellent guess, but no, I'm afraid that takes you out of the competition. Christy, we'll move on with you.
He's not a lawyer?
With the clues thus far, it's hard to believe, I know.
But you do work with people.
Yes, ma'am, I do for a brief time.
Would you be more or less likely to be at the scene of a crime?
I think more likely, given.
I don't have a clear idea in my head as to what
I am going to have to rush you, Christy.
We're running out of time, so I would like to take a guess, Chubby.
Okay, Christy Gallen, what's his line?
Are you Chin Ho from TV's Hawaii Five-0?
No, I'm not Chin Ho from television's Hawaii Five-0. I'm not familiar with that program. I don't think it's been on yet. But I do have a keepsake box of Steve McGarrett's hair.
Really?
Which is,
I would love this.
Yeah,
Me too. Me too.
I do. It's a hobby, and it's in the shed. I get it for you, and I'll show you.
We don't want to give too much away. So, Christy, sorry, we did point out that he's not in the arts. Winston. Okay, Winston!
What?
Okay, Winston Legthigh!
What?
Your final question for our guest.
Oh, does your job have a rotating reddish light? Or
No! Well, I think we can safely confirm at this point that his job has nothing to do with the emergency services.
All right, keep your fire pants on. I'd like to make a guess there, Chubby.
All right then, Winston Legthigh, what's his line?
Are you a fireman, sir?
No, he's not a fireman! Are you stupid? I'm sorry, we're just out of time. None of our panel members correctly guessed tonight's mystery guest vocation. Our mystery guest was Chupacabra, the goat killer, who preys on livestock and doomed individuals destined to wander cursed for all time. Chupacabra, none of our panel members guessed your vocation. That makes you our winner! Now, if each of our panel members would put on the gaily colored goat costumes, as agreed to earlier, Chupacabra will meet each one of you up close and personal backstage after the show.
For God's sake, keep the stupid one first. I don't think that narrows it down, sir.
Whereas game shows are perceived as frivolous, unfortunately comedy is as well.
But comedy is actually quite necessary in helping to maintain one's sanity in times of depression. Emotional, economic, or say a morbidly fat clown sitting on you.
Now, if you have to explain a joke, is it still viable?
No. Cue the next thing.
Due to recent industry downturns, more massive layoffs in all industries. For more, let's go to Mirna Montez. On location. Mirna? Mirna?
all alone.
Been waiting here long?
Yeah.
Yeah, they usually come bunched up 2 or 3 at a time.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Still, lovely day, not precipitous or anything. You often take the bus?
No, my transmission gave out.
I see you got a critter through your head.
Yes, sir, I do.
Yeah, I had a mole once. I had it removed.
Yeah.
Started changing colors.
Oh, yeah, they can be dangerous when that happens.
Yeah, the doctor said we caught it before it became aggressive. My aunt had a minky in her armpit.
Minky? Like the chimpanzee?
No, like the mink.
Yeah.
Minky, as she used to say.
Yeah.
She always smelled lovely and fragrant, never had to wear deodorant or cologne, and always looked like she was going out for the evening.
Yeah, they can make wonderful accessories when they're well draped. My sister had a well draped beaver.
Still, that thing starts changing size or color, you better get it checked out.
What thing?
Well, that wild boar through your head.
Oh, this is not a wild boar.
It's
This
not?
is the alpine marmot, or Corpus marmota marmota in the Latin. Say it with me.
Corpus marmota marmota.
Yeah, the wild boar is nearly impossible to mount cranially. Yeah.
It's a beaut.
Thank you. Her name's Greta.
Yeah, you know, since I had my mole removed, I feel kind of funny, kind of naked, without an animal. I'm thinking of having a Thompson's gazelle embedded in my testicles.
But then it wouldn't show.
Well, I like the element of surprise.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, when you get a girl back to your place, guess what I got in here for you, girl?
You'd have the horn, of course.
Twice over.
Yeah, double wide.
Double the pleasure.
Now, wait a second, though. I'd imagine you'd have to drop trowel every, half hour to allow that thing to graze.
Oh, you think that'd be a problem?
Well, not if you had a dead one implanted. You see, I know a brilliant cosmetic taxidermist.
Dead? It can't be dead. Stunned, maybe.
Stunned? Imagine you, boy. You're on that bus riding around, all of a sudden that stunned animal wakes up all bewildered and all. It wants to giddy up. That could be, that'd be painful.
Embarrassing.
Embarrassing. How's that feel there, Speedy?
Pretty good.
Are you tired of having to drop trout every time your Thompson's gazelle feels peckish? Are the kids in your hair shouting, screaming, making noise all the day long? Is there some obnoxious bore at the movies who keeps talking yap, 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 yap all the way through the movie? Now, with a new revolutionary Stun-O-Matic Stun Fun Gun, you can stupefy any creature that annoys you, sending the target into a harmless state of suspended animation for 2, 4, or even up to 8 hours at a time! This advanced form of electroencephalography was first developed by Tesla and Cutter Labs while tormenting mice and rats, and then perfected by the FBI and other law enforcement officials. The Stun-O-Matic Stun Fun Gun uses a revolutionary new patented technology, Smart Current, TM, to send a concentrated 20,000 volts of electricity straight to the medulla oblongata, seat of the reptilian brain, rendering all motor functions inoperable, save those necessary for survival. Here's what some satisfied customers have to say.
Well, I got me 4 little ones. 2 by Billy Joel, he was my first husband. The 3rd was by Curtis Sleet, he's that bass player for that country rock crossover band Cactus Death. I don't remember who nailed me for the last one. Anyway, when I get home from my 2nd job at the mini mart, the kids are just screaming. howling like a bunch of wounded banshees. Well, I can't even hear myself think. Thanks to Stun-O-Matic Stun Fun Gun, I can take the little ones out just long enough to unwind, kick back, have myself a six-pack, and watch some TV where I can actually hear what Jerry Springer is saying. Thank you, Stun-O-Matic Stun Fun. You have literally saved my life. Shut up!
Oh, wrong one. Hello! As a dentistry professional, pain and regrettably pain management are delightful parts of my job. Is it safe? No.
Is it safe? Is it safe? Is it safe?
Spit. Now, however, when a patient comes in for a happy root canal or a jocular filling, TM, I can dial in just how long I want them to be out, zap them, and they feel no exalted pain or pleasant discomfort throughout the entire blissful procedure. On behalf of myself and thousands of other oral healthcare professionals, you are one heck of a gun. Stun Fun Gun.
Mocha. Well, I've been married for 27 years, and Bert, my third husband, just bought a Stun-O-Matic Stun Fun Gun for home security. Since Mr. Wappley shot and later killed himself at the club cleaning his AK-47, Egyptian make, and Bert's always been a little hanky about having conventional firearms in their boudoir. Well, Bert was showing off for me in the bridge club, showing us how he could stop a burglar. And he just dressed up a little Pomeranian that we found in the neighborhood as a burglar. And just as he was lunging, he slipped and he took himself out. Thank goodness it wasn't one of those AK-47s, because the bolt action is really hinky. Let me tell you, Bert folded like a card table. And I thought it was funny. Then I started tickling him and teasing him there on the carpet, and I wondered, how many actions that are involuntary are really involuntary? Well, let me tell you, it all worked. And Bert and I now make a date every evening, only I take him out with Stun-O-Matic Stun Fun Gun. Thanks for making me feel young again. Bert? Mommy needs her bean fiddled. Stun-O-Matic Stun Fun Gun. Thanks for making me feel young again. Thank you. And Bert thanks you. Don't you, Bert? Say thank you clearly. Right.
As a witness to the anointed messengers of the one and only true God, Amen, I used to find it difficult to get people to listen when Brother Abendigo and I would testify. Now, when someone answers the door, Brother Abendigo smites the sinner, and we find that prepares them to hear the word of the Lord. I truly believe the Stun-O-Matic Stun Fun Gun to be a gift from God.
The new revolutionary Stun-O-Matic Stun Fun Gun! Get yours before someone gets you!
Now, I hope that I've sufficiently clarified that issue. Thank you, sir. That was an excellent question. Now, where were we? The clothing issue?
Oh, yes, the clothing issue, yes. That gentleman there, the portly. Yes, that's fair.
The portly gentleman. Yes, you crouched under the desk there. I couldn't help noticing you're wearing a very handsome Armani suit. Oh, yes, and you, madam, attempting to hide under the water cooler there. Yes, you seem to be wearing a lovely Laura Ashley floral print.
That one?
Now, I did ask you to engage the safety after our last rather unfortunate incident.
In fact, you had. Sorry.
Yes, indeed.
Now, of all of the establishments that we've robbed, I can't think of one with more smartly dressed employees.
In fact, I must confess that it was precisely this attention to detail that encouraged Rupert and I to rob your bank.
Indeed.
Yes. Now, you will notice from time to time that I'll be referring to my associate as Rupert. His name, of course, isn't actually Rupert.
No, my name is, in fact, Charlie Ellis, although this, too, could be a clever diversion.
Charlie Ellis and Rupert. That is all that law enforcement officials have to go on at the moment. These chilling scenes captured on video and the eyewitness testimony of the survivors provide tantalizingly little as to the identity and location of what law enforcement officials have come to refer to as the two very polite guys. This terrified mother of one seen here in line, desperately clutching her baby, spoke to us here in the studio. Well, my baby started to cry, and the first robber, Rupert, or was it Charlie Ellis? Well, he put a gun to my baby's head, and he apologized that it might be necessary to shoot him in the head and the chest unless I could find some way to quiet him. Well, as a mom, I can understand how distracting a crying baby can be, and if you're trying to rob a bank, well, I mean, I know he said he would shoot my baby, but it seemed perfectly reasonable at the time. We also spoke with the head teller, another survivor of the ordeal.
Yes, they are very polite. I would that I only had more money to give them. I like them. I like them both. Very polite.
Yes, very polite. And very little for Armenian detective Hanfist Simonian to go on, aside from these grainy images and the remarkable sense of etiquette displayed by the felons. Detective Simonian issued this statement.
I'll call you back. I want to appeal to you miserable thugs. If you don't want me hunting you down like dogs, if you don't want me busting your balls for the rest of your miserable lives, then please turn yourselves in. Or at least do something, interesting. Do you know how frickin' long it took me to make detective? And you guys at least wear masks or something. Add some mystery to it. Steal some money. Give me something to recover. It's the same amount of paperwork. You don't want the money? Split it with me.
That seems a bit rude.
I'm sorry. I'm just an emotional man. Right, to be honest, I mean, sure, okay, I take a little bit on the side, but I'm basically a good guy, and I get this grief every day. I come home and it's the same thing again and again. You still wet my bed,
The two very polite guys are still on the loose. Detective Simonian needs your help to bring them to justice, no matter how polite they may be. If anyone has any information on the whereabouts of the two very polite guys, please call our Crime Watch anonymous tip hotline at 1-800-GET-THEM. I'm Michelle Plankton-Rabinowitz. Good night.
Yes. Well, we seem to be out of time.
Again?
Yes, regrettably. Perhaps we were a bit too verbose. Again, I want to thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. It was a pleasure not having to shoot any of you. Oh, of course, my mistake. It was a pleasure not having to shoot all of you.
Just a reminder, please do not cooperate with the authorities in any attempt to apprehend us, or we will be forced, regrettably,
to hunt down and kill you. I'm very sorry.
As am I. Sorry.
Mind your head. Yeah, thank you. Now, of course, in the early millennia, all comedy was in the oral tradition, you know, with, of course, the blowjob joke, which was not that funny initially because 50% of the population was giving them, but the blowjob joke became funny over time because with the evolution of marriage, 50% of the population wasn't. Here, we see the first early drawings of comedy in the oral tradition. We found them in the Upper Paleolithic era in Lecaux, France. We should probably go there. I am so sorry. That's not what I wanted to show you.
Right.
Watch your head here as you go. How about that picture of the blowjob?
The Franklin Mint Foreskin Collection. Now you too can own a seminal piece of history. Every month, a different foreskin will be mailed to your home or office. This fine pewter representation can be mounted on an attractive pecan base, complete with certificate of authenticity from award-winning Moyle Rabbi Hiram Songping. Every month is another slice of history. The collection includes Albert Einstein, Aristotle, the remarkably tiny Jonas Salk, Winston Churchill, available in special 2-pack, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, the darkly romantic foreskin of Herman Melville, John Quincy Adams, St. Thomas Aquinas in mint condition, King Tutankhamun, pearlized penile sarcophagus extra, and artists like the Cubist Picasso, the well-worn Warhol, Georgia O'Keeffe, and the flaccid foreskin of Salvador Dali. Order now and your collection begins appropriately in March with Ulysses S. Grant. Yes! These foreskins have led the way of many a great man. The Franklin Mint Foreskin Collection. It's more than just hygienic. It's a little piece of history. Get yours today.
Not intended to be an actual foreskin, merely a representation. Not available in all states. Pewter foreskin will not expand with polishing. I'm having shock treatments. Batteries not included.
Hello, I'm Michelle Plankton Rabinowitz, and this is Crime Watch. To date, your calls to our anonymous tip line have led to the arrest of over 1,500 known felons, including 25 of the FBI's 20 most wanted. Tonight, shocking, exclusive security camera footage of 2 gunmen who have eluded authorities for over 6 months and who continue to cut a swath of violence across the Midwest.
Pardon me, I'd like to make an announcement. Please do not make any sudden or distressing movements, as this would force me to cut you all down in a hail of gunfire. This is an intricately planned bank robbery. I'm sorry, if I was unduly brusque moving through to threaten the teller, I do apologize. I realize that the majority of your banking needs are most conveniently addressed during the customary lunch hour. Regrettably, my purposes are also best served during this peak customer time, because the lunch hour is typically when the smallest number of banking personnel is on duty. Please note that I will make every effort, move this along as rapidly as possible, and allow those of you that do avoid receiving any disfiguring or painful injuries adequate time to eat before returning to your jobs. And again, please accept my deepest apologies in advance for any inconvenience these proceedings may cause.
And so, with those chilling words, the ordeal began. Those who survived described it as an eternity of terror. Watch now as the violence escalates.
In conclusion, and I do think that this certainly bears repeating, yet again, any needless heroics could very well get you shot and result in some secondary damage needlessly to that very lovely William Morris pattern wallpaper. Why not?
I take it from your expression that that may not have been an entirely appropriate course of action at this time?
Well, now, this is a rather distressing turn of events. You see, I had just informed the patrons of this bank that any sudden or distressing movements would result in the use of deadly force. There was, in that statement, the implication that those individuals who did refrain from movement would be safe from harm. It would appear that incentive has now been subverted.
A bank teller, brutally murdered, and the maniacal disdain of the savage killers. Never before in the history of recorded crime have such atrocious acts been carried out with such bloodthirsty civility.
Every age that's been considered a golden age has had a flourishing of art, except, of course, the golden shower age, which no one was proud of, except maybe the Germans. There's grandmother's image crashing into my brain again. I'm going to need some therapy to my cerebral cortex. Ronald!
Yeah?
Yes, I need another treatment. Now, that's comedy. Subversion of expectations through comedy. Now, some would be amused by this watermelon tomfoolery and pay $50 to see a sort of thing like this. I call that period the idiot period, which continues to this day. And speaking of, here's a piece I really liked.
Hello, I'm Art Gong. Welcome to Beyond the Known. We're coming to you live via television as well as by way of streaming video on the World Wide Web. Every night we examine the world of the paranormal and of conspiracies and provide a sounding board for some of the great thinkers of our day that the mass media don't want you to hear. With us tonight, Dr. George Flightus, a leading intellectual and author of a new book he claims exposes the most frightening cover-up of the century.
Good evening, Art.
I must apologize, Doctor. I'm afraid I haven't had an opportunity to actually read your book.
Oh, dear.
But we all know that there are many troubling events in the world today. Some would say that paranormal, almost mystical forces are at work. Much of our audience, Doctor, has a very real sense that the world is heading toward Armageddon.
Good night, Art. It's been a pleasure.
We're not finished, Doctor.
Oh, there's more? Terrific.
Dr. Flightus.
Good.
As a result of your lifelong research, what do you think is at work here?
Well, Art, I believe that all the ails of society can be attributed to one thing. One single, horrible thing.
And that is?
The potato.
The potato. Doctor, we pride ourselves on our healthy skepticism. This seems like a real stretch to me. What evidence is there that potatoes are a problem?
I call it the great potato addiction, and I believe the statistics speak for themselves.
We are the statistics! We speak for ourselves!
Far too literal for my taste. So, Doctor, you suggest that we are experiencing a great potato addiction?
Yes, Art. In my book, I have factual proof that potatoes are the key to the dark secrets that shall destroy our society.
Now, why is your book entitled Stonehenge Decoded?
A printing error, Art. And it seems to help the sales.
Come on, how can potatoes be dangerous? They contain no toxins or carcinogens and have been accepted as harmless for centuries. There are no facts to back up this hypothesis. Or are there?
Yes, well, perhaps it would interest you to know that 99.9% of all adult criminals currently serving sentences of 10 years or more have eaten potatoes at some point in their lives. Fact!
Yes, Doctor, that certainly is a fact.
It
but
is
you
indeed.
mean to say that they lead a life of crime because they've eaten potatoes?
Many of them were casual potato users.
Have you linked the potato to death in all cases?
No, but my research has found that of those people, potato users, born between 1900 and 1920, regardless of age, race, creed, sex, religion, known to have eaten potatoes, there's been an eventual 100% mortality. Fact!
I cannot argue with those facts, Doctor.
Nor should you. Potatoes are harmful and bring almost supernatural bad luck to all those who eat them.
How so?
Well, for instance, 96% of all people killed in car accidents last year had eaten potatoes at some point. Fact! They must be stopped like the creeping malignant tuber. They must be excised.
I see. Doctor, let's assume for a moment that potatoes are at the heart of our problems today.
Oh, are they? Good Lord.
I understand that you have prepared a demonstration of how potatoes can be dangerous.
Oh, yes. This is Miss Eifling Trapeza, my assistant and au pair. And as you can see, she has two well-formed potatoes.
Yes, goodness, I can see that.
Yeah.
Those watching on our webcam can see that as well, I'm sure. Can we see the webcam version of this, please?
If you would, Miss Eifling. Those two look enticing, don't they?
Yes, delicious in fact.
Well, I can assure you they are. There you have it! A swath of death follows in the wake of the potato. This sort of incident's not isolated, I assure you.
You're shooting people at random?
Oh, yes. Yes, there's been many instances of projective death in relation to the potato, and of course the Lincoln-Kennedy parallels.
Yes, the Lincoln-Kennedy facts are well known and chilling.
Yes, well, perhaps it would interest you to know Kennedy was shot by an actor and potato user named Mr. Boothjohn. You see, Mr. Boothjohn played a French fried potato on television. He got him on the grassy knoll with a spud gun.
I've never heard that the second shooter was identified as Mr. Boothjohn.
Oh, yes, I call him that. Yes. And in another eerie coincidence, you see, Lincoln was shot by an actor, potato user, named Mr. John Wilkes Booth. You see, he shouted out, "Sic temper tyrannis," the letters of which can be rearranged to say, "Do you want fries with that, Mr. President?" if the room you're in is sufficiently dark.
Well, Doctor, your facts are beginning to convince me that there is something to this great potato addiction.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure and an honor to have people who can back up their theories with facts. I also understand that you earn your living as an expert witness for the defense in criminal court cases.
Yes, I do. I also do erotic pet photography, though no one has asked me to. You see, I often get these two Pomeranians in rage.
Well, we're out of time. Thank you for joining us on Beyond the Known, Doctor. Next week, we join with Dr. Cindy L. Cantilla as we examine the other subversive forces at work, very seriously, in my pants. Good night.
Those pants. Of course, statistics are like a bikini. What they reveal is suggestive, but what they conceal is vital.
Is this an illustration of that?
No. Could you come back in about half an hour? Actually, 2 hours.
So, Doctor, is there anything in the McFwap core sample that can tell us of the origins of comedy?
Well, no. Actually, we did find this ancient piece of shoe, which through carbon online dating, we placed in the late Cretaceous period, about 85 million years ago, which with further testing we were able to match to a sample that we found in Utah at the Jurassic Institute, actually, of Technology. It tells a compelling tale.
Oh, do you know anyone from the Jurassic Institute of Technology?
No, I don't drink anymore. But comedy, of course, is funnier in the dark. What I mean by that, of course, is get me in the bedroom, and you'll see what I mean. And I mean funny peculiar.
Do you mind